I'm just doing a quick story I wanted to share with you guys this morning. Excuse me, I just woke up not very long ago. I was at work the other day and a coworker asked me to take him home on the other side of town. And I was like, sure. So on my way to taking him home, we were talking about you know who, the Father in heaven. And what was weird to me is he was explaining to me how he likes to study religion and he's studied Hindu and Buddhist and the Bible, King James Version. He's studied all these things and he loves to study religion. And I was like, oh, well, that's cool. I was like, so you believe in God? And he was like, no, I don't. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? I thought you said you liked studying all these things. So how can you not believe in God if you like studying all these things that are about God? And he didn't have an answer. He did not have an answer, you guys. He just kind of said, well, he didn't even have an answer. He had no answer, you guys. He was quiet about it. And then so I kind of went to, well, how were you raised? And he was telling me about how he was raised Jewish. His family's Jewish. And I was like, oh, well, Jesus was a Jew, right? And he was like, yeah, again, yeah, I know that. I've read a lot of different religions and yeah, I know that. And I was like, well, he is the creator of the universe. Do you know that? And he didn't say anything. And I was like, Jacob, you know, I said, I've been studying with some Hebrews, people that have been studying the word in Hebrew and stuff like that. And, to the point where, it's so strict about learning it that, and the Jewish culture is very strict, you guys. They're very, very strict on their culture and what they do, and I was trying to explain to him that I understand that and how, that it's so strict that there's no room for grace. And he was like, yeah, I totally get the grace thing. I totally get that. And I was like, well, and I told him, I was like, well, and he goes, I totally get the grace thing because of grace and love and God is love and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, well, and you guys got to realize that's where a lot of people that are in their 20s, 21, 22, in that era, generation, they like religion. They like to study it. But they've seen how strict it is and they've seen how twisted and contorted it is over the history and the lies and stuff. And it's just, I'm telling you guys, it's hard for people to see God through all the lies. And I told him, I said, well, God is the God of the universe. And I told him, I said, well, how would you feel if, okay, because we already got the grace and the love thing out there. I said, so, okay, so you like grace, you like the concept of grace, and, you love people and stuff like that, and you don't want to judge them on their religion, He got that, and I get that. And he said, regardless of whether you push it on me or not, I'm gonna love. And I said, I'm the same way. I'm gonna love regardless of whether somebody pushes their opinion on me or not. I'm gonna choose love. And I said, oh, that's great. I said, okay, so you need to treat God as if he was a person then. I said, not, I know you can't physically see him and touch him and stuff like that, but I said, if God was to come down right now, and let's say he was a hitchhiker and we picked him up and he got in the car, how would you feel if you didn't even acknowledge that he was even there? I said, and that's just a hitchhiker on the side of the road. This is the God of the universe. And you can't even say, thank you, God of the universe? I said, how would you feel? how would you feel? And he was like, wow, I never really looked at it that way. And I'm really proud of that because I got somebody that doesn't even believe in God kind of thinking twice, thinking twice. And he told me, he's like, yeah, you really got me thinking. You really, really got me thinking. You know what I mean? Like, it could be something so simple that you say to somebody. I mean, I don't know if I've changed his mind or not, but I'm just saying it could be something so simple that could change their mind. Or it could get him thinking. You never know, it could. And I mean, once I got him in my car and out of the work environment, I was like, it's on, I'm talking about it. And yeah, I mean, and what's funny is what happened like down the road there was a guy with his thumb out wanting to hitchhike and I picked him up on purpose because I just told the guy, I said, if I don't pick this guy up, I'm going to be a hypocrite. Because I just said if God come down and was a hitchhiker. Hi, Michael. That's your name, right? Michael? I think it's Michael. But I told him, I said, if God come down as a hitchhiker, I'm going to pick him up. And I go, oh, there he is. So I pulled over and I picked up the hitchhiker. Okay, I was making sure. And so I pulled over and I picked up the hitchhiker. And it was an old man, and old man, he never gets any attention. He lives alone and stuff, and he hitchhiked to McDonald's and had to hitchhike back home, and he was only 2 miles down the road, but he had a broken hip, and he was explaining to us why he had a broken hip and how he's been from New Zealand and how he was on the motorcycle in New Zealand and he broke his hip and stuff like that. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. And I was like, just kind of just listening to him. And then when we get to his place, um, he's doing the poor old man, like he's doing everything he can to talk to us. And because he's an old man, he don't have nobody to ever talk to. So he was sitting there talking to us about that. And he was saying, "Yeah, I fell off of my motorcycle right in front of the Church of Jesus Christ. And that's when I broke my hip and stuff like that in New Zealand." And he kept saying that, kept saying that. Yeah, it was right in front of the Jesus Christ church, right in front of there, right in front of there, right in front of there. And Jacob, my coworker that I shouldn't say names, the coworker that I was with, he was like, "Yeah, I've been in New Zealand. I know exactly where that church is." And I looked at him like, because to me, that's a God thing. Like, I'm sitting here telling you about him and how he's the creator of the universe. And if you love people and you're not going to judge people, then you don't do that to people, but you're doing that to God. You're doing that to God whenever but the thing is he's more important than any person in the universe, any creation in the universe. God is more important than any of it. And he will love all of those things. But he won't love God, the creator of the universe. Even with the hitchhiker that we picked that literally has been at the exact same spot that this guy, my coworker, has been at. And I'm looking at my coworker like, hello? Don't you see that this is a sign? To me, that's a sign. To me, that's a sign of the Father working through me and the old man and trying to connect these stories to reach this coworker of mine. And I'm like looking at him like, you see what just happened? That's not just coincidence. It's not. But to these people, it's just coincidence and they just blow it off like that. And it's like, I'm trying to get people to see that God is there. He's trying to tell you through other people and life events that he's there. And it was so strange to me to hear about this guy's story about being raised Jewish and having a strict Jewish family and I love religion. I love reading about it. I just love researching about it. But I don't believe in God. What? And you love people and you love the concept of grace and you love the concept of love. You love this concept, but you're not willing to love the creator of the universe. Yeah, exactly. It's little baby steps, and you could be a part of one of those little baby steps. And I'm like, I'm super proud of that. I'm like, oh, yeah. You know, you never, that's what my whole point is you never know. Even though this gentleman was raised strict Jewish, it was so surprising to me that somebody that was raised Jewish that doesn't even believe in God, let alone believe in Yeshua, Hamashiach. Am I saying it right? Am I saying it right now? I'm saved, regardless of how I say it. I mean, I want to say it right. Don't get me wrong. I want to say it right. But I know that's not why I was saved. And that's my point to people that have been in such this strict. I'm totally about relationship because I fail all the time. And Michael, you know I do. You know what I'm struggling with. Because I mean, I was upset yesterday because, I struggle with things. I struggle with addictions, and I'm not gonna lie. The second I got off the live feed, I was right back into what I cried about and what I know that, and it's not because God is like, oh, you struggle with that? Well, you're screwed and you're not going to heaven. It's more of, you know, you might want to quit doing that because it's slowing you down. It's making you not as sociable and I can't work through you as much as I would like to when you're smoking weed all the time, or when you're drinking all the time, or when you're too busy with, you know, lust of a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever. Um, and it's a slow process. And I do think that the Father is trying to get me to quit smoking, and I'm very bullheaded because I like to smoke, and it helps me when I have a stressful day at work or whatever it is. I want to come home and I want to have my little doobie, smoke time, and I want to relax. And I'm talking about marijuana, Daniel. I struggled with tobacco too. I got to the point where what helped me quit tobacco was the fact that it was killing me. I mean, it was killing me so bad to the point where I couldn't even walk from my car to the Walmart door without being like, hold on a minute, like completely out of breath. And it got to the point where I love hiking. I love hiking. You guys know that. And it was either you can smoke tobacco and feel like crap and have your tobacco nicotine buzz or whatever. I mean, not buzz, but your nicotine fix. Or you can be, you can hike and still be able to breathe. Which one do you want? And it got to the point where I wasn't even able to enjoy hiking because I couldn't even breathe, you guys. And what's weird is I can smoke a joint and it doesn't affect me like tobacco does. I'm not saying that it's okay. It's something that it's not a salvational issue. Father is not like, oh, you smoke weed, you're going to hell. because he knows my heart and he knows that I love him and I'm close to him and I'm fellowshipping and I'm reading the Bible more. He knows that. And the more and more and more that I get closer to him and the more and more I read the Bible and stuff like that, the more God has progressed on me. You know, the more knowledge you want and the closer relationship you want with the Father, the more responsibility, you know? And because the more knowledge you have, that's the more responsibility that He's going to want to use you more. And I don't know. I don't know. I'm not saying, I'm not saying that people are going to hell because they're smoking marijuana, but what I'm saying is it does. It affects, I smoke a little doobie and I don't want to go to the dog park anymore, or I don't want to go talk to my neighbor, or I don't, you know, or, I just get like, I can never say his name right. The least of the brethren, I think. He was talking about, how it numbs him down and it slows him down and stuff, and, um, but yeah, I mean, the Father is just trying to get me to see that, it's not necessarily the product that's the issue. It's what it's doing to me. And it's not only is it slowing me down, it's slowing down the progression of trying to reach others. God wants me out there more. And, hey, Eric. Um, But I just basically, I didn't even want to go into all that, but I also wanted to say I have somebody that keeps liking my comments, and it's just someone likes your comments. Someone, and they do it to almost all of my, I don't know who you are, this someone, but I really wish that you would quit liking my stuff if you're not going to reveal at least who you are or have a name. I don't like this secret someone that is liking my stuff. So whoever this someone is that's liking my stuff, please quit liking it unless you're willing to say, hey, I'm so and so, or hey, I'm Joe Bob number 567, or whatever. I don't like that. I don't appreciate this secret phantom someone. If you're not willing to come out and at least give a, or if you're blocked, then quit liking my stuff. Please. It's really creepy. I mean, how would you feel if someone, you don't know who, keeps liking your stuff? It's creepy. It's creepy. So please, unless you're willing to be more than a someone, quit liking my stuff. Like I said before, I'm not on here to whether you like my stuff or not, or whether how many subs I have. And it is. It's creepy. I'm like, who is this someone? Anyway, I probably better go because I gotta eat breakfast and get to work. But I just want to let you guys know that a lot of people that are in their 20s, 22, that don't believe in God, they are so close to believing. So close. And, they're so close, you guys. It's just, we have to be a little bit after a little bit. But the other thing is once you've planted that seed, that's your job's done. Your job's done. You know what I mean? We can't just keep pushing, pushing, because then they're gonna run the other way no matter what. I've noticed that too. When I start pushing and pushing and pushing on unbelievers, that they're gonna just go the other way, no matter how they were raised Jewish or not. But it is awful weird to me because there's another friend of mine. He's not my friend anymore, but we used to be in a band together, and it was weird to me. Just like the other guy, it was weird to me that you grow up Jewish and you like studying religion, but you don't believe in a God. And the guy that I was in a band with, like, you don't believe in God, but yet you love writing gospel music with me. absolutely makes no sense. You don't believe in God, but you love, like, he was like, I think it's so cool, the Revelation book that you're writing right now, where you write down the chapter and then you draw. Hi, Ian. So nice to see you. I was wondering how you've been doing, Ian. But yeah, he was like, so awesome that, you're writing the book of Revelation, the chapter, and then drawing what that chapter means. That's so cool. And I'm like, well, if you think it's so cool, then why is God not cool? I don't want to be cool. I want God to be cool to you. You know what I mean? He's so much cooler than anything I could ever do. He's so much cooler than any song I could ever write. He's so much cooler than any knowledge I could ever find. So, and the other thing, excuse me, and the one last thing I want to say, because I really do have to go. I wish I could sit here and talk all day long with you guys, because I really do, regardless of my differences of opinion or your differences of opinion, I really do love fellowshipping with you guys. I know I have my weak little cryy baby moments, but that's just me. But I really appreciate your guys' support and the love, and I totally feel the love with the fellowship that we do. And Michael, you're a great pastor. You're really good about being level-headed and not judging and pushing too much. Because people need that. I mean, you wanna speak truth. You want to no matter what, but you also don't want to push so hard that people are just turning away. And I think that you're doing really good with that, Michael, as far as that. And I that's hard to see. It's hard it's hard to find that. And it is. Also hard to find channels that go live with other believers and there's other believers on there. So we can all kind of talk about it. And Michael, if you ever want, I can go on there if you ever want me to go on there and chit chat. But I really am. I'm a little toddler, and I probably, to be honest, I always will be a little toddler when it comes in spirit. So I don't know how much I'll be willing to help on the chat, but if you ever want me on the video, yeah, if you ever want me on the video panel, let me know. I don't even know how it works because all I have is a phone. So, and I also wanted to say, this Thursday, not tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow, 6 o'clock Mountain Time or 8 o'clock Eastern Time, I'm going to be live on the Glop of Truth, Derek and Nikki's channel. And I don't know exactly what we're going to talk about, but I wanted to let you guys know that I am going to be live every Sunday and Monday at 6 p.m. Okay. We'll see what happens. See if maybe you can kind of walk me through. Oh, well, maybe once I do Glop of Truth on Thursday, I'll know how to do it. It's, it's on Zoom. I think I have Zoom. I used Zoom to, yeah, I think it is Zoom. I've used Zoom to, do job interviews, so. Thanks, Ian, for coming by. I gotta go too. But yeah, so this Thursday I'm gonna be live with Glop of Truth, Derek and Nikki. I'm really excited about that. They're great people. I love Derek and Nikki. They're very open-minded. They're very easygoing. They're very loving. They're cool. Um, I really love everybody that I've been fellowshipping with lately, and thank you guys for all your support. I'm gonna try to download my video today while I'm at work so you guys can kind of see what I've been working at as far as working for camping. Working for a camping company. I've just been saying, yeah, I'm working for a camping company this year. So, but I'm going to upload a video here today because it takes several hours to upload a video, even if it's only like 3 minutes. To kind of show you how cool my work is this season. I've really been loving it, and I really love the crew this year. So I'm going to upload that, and I'm going to be live Glop of Truth. Be sure to check that out or hit the little bell on my page so you will get notified if you want to hang out with me on Thursday, 6 o'clock Mountain Time, 8 o'clock Eastern. So much love, love and peace. Thanks for coming in, guys.